of something you're gonna love, all right? And this is new. And I will tell you this, I don't know how many airings it's had, but...
This is first.
So a ton of people bought this before we even got to it. We only brought in about 2,000, okay? Bill Duggan, my friends, you all know Bill. So this comes to us from a great company in AT&T, huge name brand out there, and they are bringing us a home phone system. I call this like a total makeover for your home phones, because literally, you know, if you've got 2 or 3 old beat up phones, I know like my mom, she's had her phones forever, and it's like, Mom, they don't have any of the features that the new phones have. When you see what you can do with this is our 5-handset cordless phone system. This also has something called ConnecttoCell. Basically what ConnecttoCell is, it means via your Bluetooth connection, this will link to your cell phone, and the features that are on your cell phone will now be transmitted into your regular house phone. So you can program the ringer to sound like your cell phone. You can get your all the information, your contacts, all that stuff. So it turns your house phone into basically an extension of your cell phone. But when your cell phones aren't working, you always have your house phones, and your house phones work all the time because these are wired devices. And I've said before, with any of the phone systems that we sell, Bill, there's some places in my house where my cell phone doesn't work.
And that's just it. When you talk about a makeover,
these always work.
This is the total makeover for 2018. Why? Because we do a lot on our cell phones. Now we have that connectivity throughout the entire house, because we don't need phone jacks for each line. We just literally need to have a plug, and then we have this handset, which gives us call blocking option, gives us the access to voicemail, gives us the access to turn it into an intercom, which is just great. And that's really what we want at the end of the day. But more importantly, when you think about this system, you now have 3 telephone lines in your house, because you have one for each cell phone, because you compare 2 different cell phones to it. So you have his cell phone, your cell phone, and then your landline. But you're never gonna miss a call. You don't have to keep the cell phone with you at all times, because your cell phone rings, the landline rings, which we think is a landline, but it's more the handset. And what's cool about this system is you have a handset everywhere. You have your main base station, which, oh, perfect. Guess what? My cell phone is ringing. It's Mom and Dad on the phone, but guess what? I'm not gonna miss that call because I can pick it up right here.
Yeah, look.
Hello? Hey, Mom, how are you? Perfect, I'll call you in a bit. And that's the access. She was calling me on my cell phone, but you know what? My cell phone was downstairs, I was in the office, so I'm not disconnected with this system. Also, just going to the base station real quick, this is something also that I'm really excited about. They have a USB charging port right here. Why? So yes, you plug in your cell phone to that charging port. Oh my gosh, you're recharging your cell phone
charger too.
Exactly.
See, this is your home base, guys. This is your digital answering machine. I love that. You can see how compact it is. So this would probably be the thing that either goes in your kitchen or goes on your bedside table. This is the only thing that needs to be connected to your phone jack. That's it. It sends the signal to what we call satellite phones. You get 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the largest phone system that we offer. And when we say we're going to totally redo your phone system, this is the way to do it. And all you do is plug them in. You don't have to do anything. If you already got phone service, you just plug them into the existing phone jack. It sets itself up. In addition to that, what we're talking about with ConnecttoCell, it also has what we call DECT 6 technology. It's the latest and greatest in phone clarity. So you will get crystal clear reception no matter what.
And better range.
A ton of range. So don't worry about going 100 yards down the street to, you know, if your mailbox is at the end of the driveway, don't worry about it. You can bring these phones with you. I love them and for me, I use them as my backup phones, but these, like my mother, she uses her regular house phone. She goes, it never fails me. I don't have to deal with finding the buttons, because if you look on these, the buttons are extra large. Everything in here, there's a big LCD screen so you can read who it is you're talking to. You have talking caller ID, which will let you know who's actually calling you. It has every feature and even instant call blocking. So if you want to get rid of those nasty people that are calling you all the time, hit the button, they're gone.
And the thing is, it works for every household. It's the value which is important. It's the brand name, because
unbelievable for 5 phones.
Name one other phone company that's been around since Alexander Graham Bell. It's AT&T.
I mean, can't do it.
Well, that's just it. It's been around for ages, but the thing is, it's evolved as our technology's evolved. Like my mom, she loves her landline. Perfect, works for her. We come to the house, we're on our cell phones. I don't even have a landline in my house. But you know what's great? I'm always connected. Now I have a cell phone at every station, in the kitchen, at home, you know, on my desk, on the nightstand.
Call from HSN phone.
So see, it's announcing the call. I'm not even gonna get up and get it, because, you know, I'm gonna let it go to voicemail. Built-in digital answering machine. So see, it's taking my voicemail just like that, which is great. I can screen the call, which is coming in. That was on my landline. But then if it was a call on my cell phone, I also am still connected. Tons of features. All the features that we have at the base are on our handset. Whether we want to send it to quiet mode, because, you know, everyone in the house is going to bed, we can turn off all the ringers in the house, so we're not going to be bothered with it, which is so nice. But the features that you get in this, I got to tell you, There's a lot of different brand names out there, and from AT&T, which is one of the leaders, this is their most feature rich. So it's Bluetooth enabled to connect to any cell phone, Android or Apple. You can do 2 cell phones, so it becomes a 3-phone line.
Right.
It makes and receive calls from your cell line and your landline, but you get that mobile notification on your handset. You get a text message on your Android phone, it'll let you know on the handset, which is by your bedside table. You heard how it just did the call announcement where it will tell you it's mom and dad calling, it's work calling.
Yeah.
Expandable up to 12 handsets. Get this though, each other handset, it's about $40. So
yeah,
just
we actually
do that
we
math.
have them available. I think they're $39.95 for a single phone. This is $5. If you were doing that math, that's $200. This is half that price, and we're throwing in a digital answering machine as well. So if we step away from the Bluetooth aspect of this and the cell phone, let's just talk about this as a great phone system, because I know, like my mom, she has her cell phone and she can pair this up. I'd have to go over and help her do it. It takes about 2 seconds to do it.
And then always
but because
finds
everybody has,
itself.
and then now you've got a bunch of cell phones rather than just the one in your hand. All these phones can be your cell phone.
I did that for my mom.
Yeah.
I paired her cell phone to it. She didn't even realize it.
I know.
So all of a sudden, the home phone's ringing.
I'm like, Mom, pick up any phone.
That's
it doesn't
just it.
matter. And
I was
it really
calling
is
Mom on one
wonderful.
line.
But even if you just go to the aspect of the aspects, I should say, of the fact that this is just a regular house phone. What's so nice about it is these are so not just a regular house phone. AT&T has stepped it up with all the latest and greatest features with talking caller ID. These glow in the dark at night. The keyboard is actually blue. The numbers, the letters will light up blue. So at night, it's hard to see it here with the lights on, but you can sort of see it.
That nice little, every number lights up, the letters light up, you see it.
Yeah.
Bigger, brighter display, which is important too, so you can really see what you need to in the middle of the night. I just love how all the features of it, the speakerphone, the intercom,
Everything.
the push to talk, and so it becomes that system throughout the house.
Easy to read dial in the center, so when you're accessing the different features, each one of these comes ready to go. The handsets are good to go. All have their batteries already included. You don't have to do nothing but just put these on their little charging base, give them a few hours, and everything will come to life. And here's the reason because I didn't have, I finally got rid of my phones about 4 years ago, and then I was without them until last year, and then I was having issues. We had power issues and all stuff, and I had no power, and I couldn't recharge my phone. This has a battery backup, so even in a storm, this will back up and continue. As long as the phone lines are up, you can still make calls. But here's why I bought it. Because I have a really nice, fancy cell phone. I got an iPhone. I love my iPhone. But there's a couple spots in my house where if I'm sitting, my brother will be like, you're gone. I'm not hearing you, guy. You there? You there? And I'm like, it's this one spot in my house, so it's just a dead zone. When you have a wired system, there's no ability to have a dead zone, because it's not counting on, it's not looking for GPS signals. It's not looking for satellite. It's connected.
That's why I bought this for my sister.
Unless the tree falls on the wire and cuts the wire down, you will have crystal clear reception every time.
And that's exactly why I brought it for my sister too, because her kitchen, complete dead zone. I mean, she spends a lot of time in the kitchen. But I'm like, Gwen, leave your cell phone next to the base station. Charge it up at the base station. So I want to point something out. I've disconnected the power source to our phones. We're still getting a telephone call. I can still pick this up and be like, hello?
Hey, Bill.
Hey, yeah, we don't have power here, but can you believe I'm still taking that telephone call? You sound great on the other side.
Wow, that's amazing.
See, we want to be connected. So whether it's an emergency situation, but then we're talking about the dead zones. I'm gonna plug us back in over here. Those dead zones happen to a lot of us. But with this, you leave the cell phone in the sweet spot, all of a sudden you have great connectivity throughout the house. There's no more dead zones. So my sister can pick up the kitchen phone and we're talking via her cell, but we're getting better clarity.
She doesn't have to go look for her cell phone, right? And if her cell phone is charging, she doesn't have to go take it out of the charger and utilize that, because it links up with these phones in a simple Bluetooth connection. Listen, this price is not going to last. We took $20 out of the gate here, as we said. There's only $1,900 for everybody in the country. So if you want to get them, and I suggest that you do. This is a great New Year's kind of thing to get, because if you've been struggling with your cell phone, and as I said, if you're a senior like my mom, cell phones can be kind of a daunting thing all the time. I know she has a hard time. She has a little bit of the shakes too, so she has a hard time dialing. These are super comfortable in the hand. The buttons are nice and big. The buttons are lit up, so even if you're watching a movie and you have the lights down, you can still see each of these numbers will light up blue. The actual number, you can't see it. If I turn the lights out, you can see it, but we're not going to do that. But they light up. All these light up blue, and you can sort of, I don't know, it's kind of tough with these bright lights in here. But anyway, these will all light up blue. You've got the LCD screen right there, and you see how it lights up really bright and clear. You can access all the features by this little rotary button right here to access different things. And then when you put it on, it automatically recharges itself. Remember, only the answering machine needs to be plugged into the phone jack. So whether you got a phone jack in your kitchen, or maybe you have one in the bedroom. That's the only thing that you need to plug in. These you can put anywhere. So like, you know, if you've got a power supply like out in your garage, or maybe you've got a shed out back and it's got power, you can plug these in. They don't need a phone line. You don't have to have the company come out and say, well, I need a phone line in my shed. No, you don't. As long as it's within range, and you've got a pretty good range.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
more range. The number one thing we all want in a
hundreds
phone
of feet. I mean, you don't have to worry about it.
Is range. And that's just it. With Deck 6, you're getting more range. You're getting more versatility with this phone system. Because like you said, you just need power. I don't have a phone jack in every room. I remember when my sister wanted to have a phone put in her room, it was wiring, it was all this. My cell phone's ringing. Where's my cell phone?
It's over here, Bill.
It doesn't, don't worry about it. I can answer it right over here.
Call from.
It announced the phone call. I don't know if you could hear that. Hello?
Hey, Bill.
See? I'm not near my cell phone. I'm not missing that phone call. Thanks for giving us a call, Dre. That's what we get with this. Tons of options. Because yes, I can have it in the living room with me. I can have it at the bedside table, the office table, because this system gives us the versatility. But my cell phone, it's in that sweet spot. That's why I got this for my sister. If she's in the kitchen, it's a dead zone. But you know what? She has this handset. She can take that telephone call. You know what I also even like? I can go back to it. So maybe I want to ask my cell phone a question. So I can come right over here. There's buttons on the side. I hit the voice button. It's going to actually engage with my cell phone. You'll hear that little ping that we're used to hearing, and I can ask it any question from the weather. What's the weather today?
It's currently foggy and 66 degrees in St. Petersburg.
I mean, how convenient is that? Because this is right next to me, the handset at my desk, in the bedroom. Maybe it's a handset in the bathroom. I can ask what's on my calendar. I can ask, you know, oh, here's another fun one we should do. Tons of different options. Do we like the intercom system that's in our house? Oh, wait, we don't have an intercom system. Or is it this? Guy, dinner's ready, get down here. There's intercom built in, push to talk on the side. I can just hit right over here. I'm gonna call Guy on the base station, just like that. I hit select, and before you know it, Guy, dinner's ready. I mean, literally, it's that easy and convenient.
That's awesome.
And then that whole directory that we keep and store in our cell phone, I can actually just come right back over here. I'm gonna hang up the call. I hit okay, right over here. I can actually place a telephone call, again, from my cell phone, but on this handset. So you're gonna hear that beep that we're so comfortable hearing. Call the HSN PA desk.
Calling HSN for desk.
Perfect. How convenient is that? And the thing is, I don't have to go chasing for the cell phone. Where is my cell phone? This one little handset in every room of the house.
So neat.
It could be the garage, because that's where Dad works. It could be the kitchen, because that's where everyone's hanging out. You're totally connected with this.
And you know, if you had to buy an extra cell phone, how much would it cost you? And you think about it, if you have, this turns your cell phone into 5 other cell phones, okay?
Right.
That's basically it.
Yeah, cell phone
so
in
you
every
can
room.
have cell phone connection in any room of your house, any floor of your house, without having to have your cell phone in your hand. So if you're upstairs in the bathroom and you've got a phone up there, you know, if you've got a phone in that, your portable phone with you, and your cell phone rings, your house phone will ring.
Yep.
You simply hit the button. It gets all that information because you've hooked them up together. It doesn't affect it when the phone leaves the property. Whenever you come back in, it reconnects using Bluetooth. It's a range thing. You only have to set that up one time. That's all you do. If you don't want to do it and you just want to have your phones regular, that's totally up to you. I would pay this price, even if these didn't have link to sell. I would buy these phones because, hey, listen, I love that. That's my most important thing with these is the clarity and the technology and the range, because they did tests. I don't know if you read up on this, but or anybody knows about it, you can check it out online. AT&T did range tests with this particular phone set, and they came out like 40 or 50% better range than the other phones that were in the test. I mean, they are really amazing.
Third-party testing.
Yeah, you can take these. I mean, you can take these well away from your house.
Part of what makes them a better range is, I'm going to show you this real quick. You see how slick the base station is, your charging station?
Yeah.
They have a built-in pop-up antenna right over here.
See, that's
so it
awesome.
gives you that better range in terms of being able to go further, walk out to the mailbox. Actually, I remember back in the day, we thought we were really fancy because we could take a phone out to my grandma's pool, but it's because my grandfather bought a 150-foot phone cable.
Yeah.
But the thing is, now we do get that extra range. And realize, it's a 3-line phone set. Husband's on the phone, not a problem. You're on your cell phone, not a problem. The teenager's on their cell phone, not a problem. It's really just a great value.
Under $100, as we said, talking about value, under $100 for the entire thing. So get rid of those old cell phones, lock these in.
Right.
You'll be so excited. And when you hear how clear they are, so much clearer than your cell phone, okay? Bill, good job. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.
Hey, I want to remind everybody as we round out the hour, if you